Hey, we're recording this a day or 2 days after the revelation that the FBI Director Comey has sent a letter to Congress telling them that he's looking into more emails on Huma Abedin's a server. So I'm sorry, a PC. So that's where we are as we start talking. And today, though, we're going to officially um, uh, endorse Hillary. I think it's after over the year and a half of all this, I just don't think there's really any question about it. We do need new leadership. Let's not forget that. We just need new leadership. We need it in the Democratic Party. We need it in the Republican Party. Both these candidates are not new. They're old, but Trump is new, but he's not an outsider because everything he does is no different than what all the other politicians do. He lies like the other ones do. He tells you A, and then it becomes B, and then he tells you C, and then it becomes D. He tells you all this money he raises for charities. He doesn't. He tells you all this money he gives to charities. He doesn't. He tries to use his publicity, his PR, to try to push down a judge by using his judge's parents' ethnicity background because he's afraid that this judge is going to rule against him in the Trump University case. So why not? I'm a Republican nominee. I might as well try to use that to save myself financially. He ripped people off when he did his $900 million write off. You know, the people who lost were vendors and stockholders, and he didn't care. And this is a guy who runs around and says, "Hey, I'm smart because I'm great at ripping people off." And of course, he just never tells the truth. Everybody says he's refreshing. There's nothing refreshing about somebody who changes their position every time you talk with them. That's just a liar. Then we look at Hillary Clinton, and Hillary has just been a Clinton, like the Clintons have always been. It's really a sad. She's incredibly experienced, but this hide and not tell the truth and not tell it all and not be upfront about it just leads to the slow bleed. She should have learned what happened with the Lewinsky case with President Clinton, and she obviously didn't, and just took that same instruction and decided to pull it out, and it's killing her, and it's just making her look worse and worse, and everybody around her look bad. And we'll talk more about the email and what have this to do with Russian and others and WikiLeaks, but let's get back to our endorsement. So realizing both our candidates are really it's really sad. We're endorsing Hillary, and Hillary is endorsed because, as I think everybody knows from watching us for the last couple of years, those who have, my focus has been that my biggest problem and worry is foreign affairs. President Obama has done absolutely horrible job in foreign affairs. And we have said for the last 4 to 6 years that he's going to be leaving a real travesty for the next president, whoever that president is. Now the Middle East is spinning out of control, totally spinning out of control. The Iranian deal is horrible. She wasn't Secretary of State when he signed it, but she has, he didn't listen to her. She wanted to take a harder line in Syria, which I think was the right thing to do. But Middle East is totally spiraling out of control. And now this big turn he did to the Pacific is spiraling out of control. The Philippines, Duterte doesn't want to back us anymore, wants us to leave, wants to make the deals. He is the president of the Philippines, a thug also, like Putin, but he wants us out. Now the South Korean president, another one of the strong partnership, is in real trouble. She has been using a seer, kind of the way Nancy Reagan did, but Nancy Reagan wasn't the president. And she's been using a seer to learn everything and to move forward, and she may get pushed out. So if we lose that part of the stool, you lose South Korea, you lose the Philippines, who do you have left except Japan and maybe Vietnam and those smaller countries? And it's just not good. And it's just not good. And people don't respect us anymore. Our friends maybe are kind of friendly with us, but don't trust us anymore. And when you're the biggest player on the block, trust and respect is what's most important. You want to be friendly with everybody, but that's what's most important. And now we've allowed Putin to just get crazy. I think with China, we still have a chance to come to an agreement with them, China, and our trade is so major, but still in foreign affairs we have issues with China. But we have real issues with Russia. And if people don't think we do, you're dreaming, you're sticking your head in the sand, you're playing the old ostrich defense. Stick your head in the sand and hope it all goes away. So who's going to be that president? It has to be Hillary Clinton. Trump is loves the thug. He loves the thug Putin. He loves Assad thug. I mean, he says he doesn't, but he calls them strong and tough and hard. They're not. They are thugs. They're killers. They're murderers. They murder their own people like they murder anybody else. They don't care. Trump likes that kind of a leader. Hillary, at least, I believe, it appears that Putin's afraid of or worried about. Otherwise, all these WikiLeaks wouldn't be coming out. And we need a president who understands, who our allies will trust, she can talk to, who they can talk to, know that she will move slowly, make some decisions, make them well reasoned, and will be a lot tougher. And we'll look out for the interests of this country. I just don't believe Trump will. I just think Trump's interests are Trump's interests, and they conflict with the United States. And I think it makes for a real problem. And we're not going to have this triumvirate of Putin, Assad, and Trump. So we heartily endorse Hillary Clinton for that reason, and that reason alone. Economy, I think they both don't know what they're doing. And we've talked about we'll get deeper into it as we go down the pike, that we were more in line with Hillary because we definitely need major infrastructure work. So we endorse Hillary, but with a heavy heart that we had a chance to maybe have new candidates who are outside the system, who will really come in and bang heads and make the system work. So we'll worry about that in 4 years, and 2 years is going to be crazy. And then it also doesn't matter who the next president's going to be because they're both going to be under investigation by Congress, whoever Congress is, whoever the Senate is, whoever the House is. It's just going to be a lot of contention. So we support Hillary Clinton. We endorse Hillary. And we hope you go out and vote for her. We've got some real issues. And we have some real foreign policy issues we're going to get back into very soon. Peace.